had some incredible finds. I mean, a little bit, I would say, you got that luxury of people knowing you, obviously. So if there is someone outside of the hobby, they might find Leonhart on YouTube and be like, oh, I can sell my Pokemon to them. You've had, I think,
Right.
2 or 3 recent pretty big finds, one of them being like a storage unit. Can you tell us a little bit more about that
Yeah.
story?
Yeah, that was it was kind of like the first really, really big time somebody contacted me as far as finding something like that. And it just happened to be they lived in Arlington, which is just like a 40-minute drive away from where I live in Dallas. And they had contacted me earlier in the day. I think it was like a Wednesday, middle of the week, and they were like, "Yeah, everybody." I posted this on some random Facebook group. The news was trying to contact me about this. People were wanting to buy it. I've spoken to some other collectors and stuff, and almost everybody was saying, just go ahead and contact Leonhart. He'll give you, the right prices and maybe even want to buy it or something like that. So I was going back and forth, and I honestly was scared. I was like, I don't think this is legit. Like, is this really real? He has some pictures of this stuff. So I had them send a picture with like them and holding up like my name on a piece of paper in front of like, it was like a Skyridge open box and all the other stuff. And I was like, I think this may be real, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll go at least, maybe I can buy some of the stuff, but I've never spent this much like on what I think it's worth on Pokemon. I brought like a blank check just in case to leave in the car. And this was a rainy Wednesday night that same day where my wife was like, are you sure you should go alone to this? Because I was going to go to their actual house to meet them. And this was all the way in Arlington, rainy night, Wednesday. I get there, neighborhood looks fine. Then they end up being really, really nice couple that just moved into the house. And the guy he's a repairman. He would go on, I don't know what exactly a site, but kind of like Storage Wars kind of thing where you just, buy a storage unit hoping to find some good stuff. He wanted to find some tools to help him in his business and ended up finding a ton of Pokemon cards from no one knows where they actually came from, probably like an old store or something like that. And I went there, saw the stuff, was going crazy like a little kid in a toy store over, there was a whole Neo Destiny box full of packs, Aquapolis packs, Skyridge. I mean, you saw the stuff. I did a whole video on it. And I sat there and I told them, this is how much market is for this. And I was there for hours, but I was like, this is how much this for this. And I basically just paid a market for every single thing that was there. And yeah, I wanted like maybe a little bit of a deal, but at the same time, I was just like, you know what? You took the time to contact me, and I know you wanted to get fair prices and everything. And but we're in the same city. Let's make it easy. He wanted an easy deal, not dealing with like, traveling or, anything. I had that blank check, and I'm like, you know what? I'll write it. I wrote the check, and then I get home at maybe 12 a.m. My wife's already asleep. I get in bed, and my wife's like half awake, and she's like, so did you end up buying anything? And I just kind of like smiled and smirked, and I was like, yeah, I'll tell you in the morning. And I couldn't go to sleep the entire night because I've never spent this much on Pokemon cards. It was over 50,000. And what's it called? I wake up into the morning. She woke up before me, and I had just, when I had gotten in that night, in big containers, put it right at the entrance of my studio where you like have to see it, and it's by like in my house. And she had saw the containers of everything, and she's like, so you definitely bought a little something. And then I told her about it and everything like that. And so it's just been crazy. That was like one of the biggest ones. And then there was like an old Wizards of the Coast employee as well, that it was like the daughter and the boyfriend had contacted me. And the thing is, I'm really grateful that they do bring me like tell me this stuff, tell them the exact market of the stuff, which these days, if people are approaching left and right being like, oh, I found these in my parents' place. As the market, I don't see the emails because I get a ton until like the next day. And I'm like, well, yesterday when you initially emailed me, they were worth $1,000 for that card. Today, all of a sudden, that card is worth $3,000. Yeah. So it's so crazy. But at the same time, I am very grateful whenever I can try to get to the emails of, and messages from everybody. But yeah, that first find was incredible.